Alright, hello and welcome back. So this is the first playthrough video of the game called Kaiju Defense. So I'm gonna talk about the game a bit more here and what are our objectives. So our objectives is basically to go through all of this deck without getting our crisis up to 30. And the crisis is gonna rise as these cities get destroyed and some other things happened. So this is what we need to do, just survive until we depleted the deck. So that's our only win condition. The losing conditions, and there are many of them, are, I already stated one, if the crisis goes all the way in this scenario to 30 before we go through the deck, we lose the game. If we at the starting of a turn don't have any UN members working for us, guess we lose the game. If there are all in one section of the map, in one area of the map, all the cities are either damaged or devastated, we lose the game. If we have to place a devastation token, so let's say we have 4 devastated cities and we need to place the 5th one, well, if we can't do that, we lose the game. So 4 or more devastated cities, basically 5 or more is the lose condition. And of course, if every major city with this little star is damaged or destroyed, and at the end of the turn, and there are like 4 of them, again we lose the game. So those are all losing condition. Let me just check. Did I tell all of them? So immediately, if the crisis comes to to the level, in this case level 30, yeah, and immediately when you have to put another devastation tokens and we can't. Oh yeah, I forgot one more losing condition. If at the end of the turn there are 5 or more kaijus, revealed kaijus on the map. So if there are 5 or more revealed kaijus on the map, that's a losing game condition also. Alright, so now we know how to win and now we know how to lose. Let's go through one turn. So turn always starts by drawing one of these event cards. So let's do that. And you'll see it will go like from top, then from this side, and so on. Kaiju Crisis Event. So we draw a card and then we resolve it from top to bottom. This is card number 33, Victory Day in Russia. We have a political, kaiju, and red event. Political event in this case is Russia production has a production +1 bonus this turn. What this bonus means is right now Russia production is, as you can see, not available. But if we have any units and they move on this production track, they will move additional space. This is what this P+1, production +1 bonus means. So basically they will produce faster. But right now Russia production is shut down, so doesn't help me. Unless I activate that production. But I don't have project anyway. Kaiju event, no event for this week. Perfect. And then there is the red event, which we always have to roll. Well, depending. Sometimes if it says if this is the case, then roll. But in this will just increase our crisis by +1. So let's check, will that happen? So how it works, I just need to roll. If I roll higher than 3, it will happen. So let's see. And of course I'm gonna roll a 6, so the crisis will rise by 1. So that was our red event. Alright. The next thing is UN resolution. This is where we get our resources and money. So how this works, we're gonna roll 2 dice. So these are basically phases. Event phase, UN resolution phase is the next one. I'm gonna roll 2 dice and I'm gonna combine their values, and if the value is equal or lower than the UN members, I'm gonna get the lowest dice value plus number of members. So for instance, let's say I rolled, this was the 1 and this was 2. So this is equal than the number of UN members, so I will get my lowest dice number plus the US members. I will get 4 resources. But if it's higher, then you just get the lowest number on the dice. So I'm hoping to roll low, and you will see that the more UN members you have, the more resources you will actually get. So in my case, I roll a 6, that's higher than this, so I get the lowest number dice value of resources. In my case, I get 1 resource. And you'll see that if you don't bring this up or something help you to bring this up, it's not going to be lots of resources to be used. Then we go to the national production phase. If there is at least 1 unit in production, we would roll to see will it move, and you need to roll higher than the number where it's. So for instance, if I have a unit here, I need to roll 3 or more, and it's going to be moved forward. So the production will move until it gets here, and then I can just pay to finish the production. Or sometimes they move from these production lines themselves. You'll see how that works. Right now, nothing production, so we just skip that. The next thing is recovery phase, and we can for free recover 1 damage special unit. Right now they are not recovering, so we skip that too. And lastly, logistic phase is if we have any units in the in transit. This is where we're gonna roll for them to see will they move toward their destinations. Transit cost resources, and this is a difficulty to transit units from USA to Japan, for instance. Not much difficult. I just need to roll higher than 2 to get my units there. All right, so those are phases we need to go through, and the last phase is the player action phase, and this is where I can do some stuff. Well, good news is we don't have any kaijus, but let's see what I can do during my turn. So I'm gonna go through all the actions and we'll see which one I want to do. So I can start researching a project, but to do that, let me show you one project card. There is a cost, and RT is basically time, research time, how much it's going to take. Right now I only have 1 resource, and this costs 2 to start research, so everything here is not, I can't even start researching, so we're just going to skip that. And by the way, there is a 1 research phase which I skipped, but we don't have any researchers, so I just went through it, but you'll see how that works later on. Alright, so what else I can do? I can end the project, so it doesn't cost any resources, but basically if I want to stop some project because I want to do something else. I can also scrap a project, basically remove the card from the game completely. And scrapping a project, if I have a project in research, will actually push it closer to the 0, because they are like ticking down as they are built. So scrapping is a good thing, but you're gonna lose that ability to build that unit later on through the end of the game. I can do evacuation. Oh wait, before that I can, if there is a site token on the map, I can spend a resource to uncover it, to reveal it, to see what kind of kaiju is moving forward. I can evacuate towns. I can put the units in the logistic transit boxes, of course paying the resource for that. I can also place units on the map. Right now I don't have to, because as you can see, US Navy and Air Force are in area 1, so they're already here. Now I can place them here just for my sake, so I know right visually they're there, but for now I don't have to. And what else we can do? We can overheat the production, basically paying, and we can do this on 2 different tracks, paying a resource to roll for the unit to move forward, basically to increase the production. We can invest into industry. Basically, if there is an inactive production, we can spend 2 resources to activate it. Right now I have only 1, so I can't do that either. I can fix the damaged towns, and I can also fix the damaged units, move units on the map. That doesn't cost the resources as long as they're available, and I can attack kaijus. I also can do some political agitation, and I'm thinking right now to maybe either put some units in transit or do this political agitation. And I think I'm going to do political agitation action. And let me explain how that works. It is the one-time action per turn. What I'm going to do, I'm going to roll 1 die, and the value must be higher than the number of the UN members. If it's true, I'm going to get another UN member from this track, from the leftmost part, and going to put it in here. So basically get more people on my side. But if I fail, the crisis is going to rise by 1. So let's hope I'm not going to fail. So that's the only action I'm going to do. Maybe I'm going to put some units into transit later on. So let's do that. So I need 4 or more. And I failed, so this will rise crisis to 2. Alright. I can keep the resource, not spending it, so it's going to be available for the next turn, but I'm actually going to move some units to, let me see. I might move units from Russia to, actually I'm going to move my Air Force from USA to South America, because right now we don't have nothing in South America and nothing to cover the Europe. So I have to pay, as you can see, 1 resource here. Okay, see, 1 resource. So I'm going to pay that resource and just, and by the way, you can put multiple units, so I can put even my Navy if I want to, but I don't want to. I need to keep my Navy close by to America. Alright, so multiple units, but you only pay once. You don't pay for every unit, just for, you know, transit of all the units you are transiting. And that's all I can do this turn. So let's go to the next turn. Again, there is a cleanup phase. If there are any units that I was fighting, you just flip them 90 degrees. You'll see how that works when we get there. Alright, let's speed this up. So we have a new event, war in South America. Political events, turn off USA production. Okay, that's not good. USA production now is turned off. Only Japan can produce units. Kaiju event. So this little icon with the eye means we have a sighting, and this little icon with the question mark, it means it's going to be a random area. So we're going to roll a die and we'll see sighting in which area. So area number 3, and I know already it's Japan. Yeah, so we have a sighting, and later on it will be moved toward the cities. So okay, lastly we have a red event. Again, it might increase the crisis if I roll more than 3. Okay, nothing happens. UN resolution, let's get some money. Okay, 4 is higher. So one thing I forgot to mention, if you roll doubles you only get 2 resources. So doubles are always just 2 resources, so I don't look for the lowest dice. So doubles are not good when you roll you roll in this for money. Alright, national production we skip. Projects, no project, we skip that. Recovery phase, nothing to recover, skip. Logistic, oh, we do have a logistic. So now we're gonna roll, and to see will this Air Force get to South America, I need 3 or I need higher than 3. And they are now in South America. I'm gonna place them on the map. So we have Air Force in Brazil. Alright, and that's it. We go to my action phase, and now, right now I have two resources. I have one kaiju which I don't know what it is. I do have some forces in Japan. I have Japan self defense force, so I can pay resource and attack this, but you can only attack reveal kaiju. So basically I will have to pay resource, reveal it, and then pay another resource to attack it. I don't want to do that. What I want to do some research projects. So I'm thinking about these assault helicopters, or maybe maser tanks. Yeah, maser tanks will be actually good. So let me show you how that works. So I need to pay 2 resources to start production. So let's do that. We go to 0, bam. We place 1 token on the card, so it's now in the production, and the other token goes to RT3, so research time 3, which means on the 3rd spot here. So now we're going to have a production phase. During that phase is going to move forward 0 until it's produced. I mean researched. And then I will be able to take these tokens, maser tanks, and product them. I mean, make them. Right now only Japan can make them. So basically if they go to the production line, they will be available in the Japan box. But I probably want to start my USA production and build them too. And that's basically that. Can't do anything else. I don't have money, so this kaiju is just going to be sighting, which I don't know what it is. Alright, let's go next turn. As you can see, it's go really fast when you know what you're doing. Alright, we have islands near Japan under attack. Turn on Japan production. It's already on. We do have a kaiju event. Another sighting in area 3 to 4. If you have a same sighting on the same spot, you're not going to place the new one. What you're going to do, you're going to push the one that is already there forward. And you see these lines of approach. We're going to roll a dice and you'll see which town is going to be attacked. I'm hoping to roll high, because if you don't see the number of the map, it's just going to go away. Basically, it was nearby, but it's not going to attack anything. Alright, let's see. Number 4, it's not going to go away. It's going toward the Sapporo. So next time it moves, it's going to enter the city and destroy that city. Not devastate it, but destroy it first. And that's going to rise crisis. And I still don't know what it is. Alright. We also have a red event. If there is a Japan UN secretary, it is not, so I don't have to roll for this. But if there was secretary of Japan here, I would have to roll and see what will happen. Alright. UN resolution phase. Some money. Okay, 5 is higher than 3, so lower dice is used. I get 2 resources. Nothing in the production. Research we do have, so it's going to move forward 1 space towards 0. Researching those maser tanks. Nothing to recover, nothing in transit, so we skip that. My actions. So first thing I'm gonna do, I'm actually gonna check what this is. I have to do that. So I'm gonna spend 1 resource to investigate the kaiju. So we're gonna remove this and we're gonna pull from the bag to see which kaiju it is. It is Megalon level 3 kaiju. This is the level of the kaiju. What I have in Japan is my Japan self-defense force. And let's talk about these units right now. So this in white numbers 2 to 3 means they can fight kaijus of level 2 to 3. Number 1 here, this is not a 0, this is actually 1, but I'm gonna fix that. As you can see, I forgot to add this little, you see, like here. So number 1 means how tough they are. When kaiju attack, if they roll more than 1, it's gonna be, so they're not that tough, they're gonna be damaged. And number 3 is their chance to deal damage to kaiju, so I need to roll higher than that. And I'm gonna attack this kaiju, and for that I need to spend my last resource. I'm gonna place the units on the map so we can see them here. They're already there. This is area 3 to 4. And I'm attacking the Megalon with my Japan self-defense force. So how this works, we're gonna roll 2 dice, one for my forces, one for Kaiju. Bam. So I needed more than 3 on a blue die. I didn't get it, so I didn't hit the Kaiju, sadly. Kaiju hit me with 4, and my endurance is 1, so more than that. So 2 to 4, 2 to 6 is basically what the Kaiju needed. So Kaiju hit my defense force, they go to recovery, and you return them immediately to their box. And I didn't manage to stop the Megalon. If I did manage to stop him, he will be removed from the map. But no, and I don't have any more forces in Japan. So, and I don't have money to move anything in Japan from USA, maybe Navy or something. So I have a problem. Sapporo might get destroyed. Now, I could have evacuated Sapporo, and that could be actually better for me option than to attack. How the evacuation works, you see these numbers on the cities. This is how much resources you have to pay to rebuild it if it's damaged, and also to evacuate it. So I would need 2 resources just to evacuate it. I would place this little token here, and then when Kaiju enters the city, the crisis would not rise by 2, it will only rise by half of that. So that would be 1, and it's always rounded up to the highest number. So in case of 3, it would be still 2, but at least less than, you know, losing some people that you didn't evacuate it. Okay, so I didn't manage to do that. Let's go to the next turn. Let's do one more turn and then we're gonna end the video. Alright, we have a merchant ship found. Obviously really destroyed. No event for political. Kaiju event, we have a sighting again in Japan. Yeah, Japan's gonna be hit a lot. This time it's not, there was not token there, so nothing to push forward. So another Kaiju coming out in Japan. Alright, red event, skip logistic phase check for all units in the transit boxes leading to Japan. Ooh. Oh, well, I don't have any, so I don't have to roll for that. Let's see, money. Okay, 2 resources. No production. I do have a research, so this will move forward. I do have 1 unit. If you have at least 1 unit in recovery, it's going to try to recover automatically during this phase, so I need to roll more than 2 for Japan. I 3, so they are recovered. And nothing in transit. So my actions. Alright. Well, I think... Do I want to evacuate? It's gonna cost me all my resources. But if I don't... Yeah, let's evacuate city. Spend 2 resources. I have to spend 2 because value of the city is 2. And I'm gonna put the evacuation token. Let's evacuate Sapporo. I will not be able to stop this Megalon right now. I just don't have money. And that's all I can do this turn. I could do some political agitation that doesn't cost resources. So more than 3. No. Rises. Crisis. Damn. And that's all I can do. Nothing else. Well, I don't have resources to put. As you can see, if you don't have many UN members, they're not gonna help you against the Kaijus. Actually, let's do one more turn because this was really fast. Stagnation in Japan. Turn off Japan's production. So now all my productions are off. Nice. We have a sighting on the random area. Area 6. That's a Europe. Sighting in Europe. And red event, Russia production is turned off. Well, it's already turned off, so I don't have to roll for that. Okay, money. UN resolution phase. Let's get some resources. Doubles. Okay, so do 2 resources. No productions. Research is finished. Goes to 0. So I can now build Maser tanks. I'm gonna take that card. This will fill up, but during the next production phase. No, nothing in recovery, nothing in transit, so my actions. Okay, so at least Megalon is still not moved. I did evacuate the city. But here's the problem with evacuation. At the end of the turn, if you don't remove the evacuation token, the crisis rises by 1. So the more it stays on the map, so it's a double-edged sword basically, and I don't know, maybe I shouldn't even evacuate Sapporo. Maybe I should let people just die there. But right now I have an option to remove it if I want to. I don't want to because I don't know what will happen. I think I'm gonna attack the Kaiju again. So I'm gonna spend 1 resource, use my Japan self-defense force, and let's see. Let's try to push this Megalon back. Alright, I failed, but it also failed to damage my forces. So they are not damaged, but they are exhausted, spent. You just flip them, rotate them 90 degrees. So I can't use them again to attack. That's bad. So it's good that I have evacuation yet. There. It's gonna rise my crisis, but at least it's not gonna rise that much when it hits the town. I have 1 resource. I might uncover what's in Europe just to be sure what to do. So I'm gonna spend 1 resource. Let's see what this is. And by the way, I should have taken the Megalon card. I forgot to do that. Just to know what he's going to do. What his special abilities are. Where is he? Ah, here it is. So this is what we have here. And his special ability is after Megalon finishes his attack on a city, if Gigan is not already on the strategic map, place Gigan on random side. So they're gonna they are like you know, they work together to destroy stuff. Alright, let's see what's in Europe. Monster X. Oh no, that's a big Kaiju, level 4. Monster X in Europe. So already I have some problems. His special ability, if Monster X fights and wins against Godzilla, remove Godzilla from the game. He can actually kill Godzilla. So right now he might kill London, Paris or Madrid. We'll see. Okay, so that's all my actions. I kind of want to stop video here, but I also want to play a bit more because this game is, I really like it. Alright, so let's do one more. We have a global panic. Political event. We have a new UN Secretary General from Japan, which now gives us +1 DRM for national production when we roll in here, and +1 DRM for logistic. For all the logistic, not just when you send in something in Japan. This is for all logistics. Alright. Kaiju event. So when you see these little legs, means moving all areas. Which means everything will move forward. Well, let's start from left to right. Let's see where the Monster X gonna move. It moves toward the Spain, toward Madrid. Alright. And Megalon will just move forward. And now he will damage this town. So I need to place a red cube on it. Bam. Since the town was evacuated, normally my crisis would rise by 2, but I have an evacuation token, so it's going to be just halved. So crisis will rise only by 1. And we're going to remove the evacuation token. And Megalon then is going to be his special ability is he's going to introduce Gigan to strategic map. So let's see where I need to search him from through the cup. He will be revealed. Where is he? Here's the Gigan. And let's see where he's gonna pop up. As you can see, it's heating up. So he's gonna pop up here in area which will push this. sighting forward. So let's see where. Okay, good. If it is the number that is not represented with the line, it's just gonna go away. So at least some good news. And then Megalon will go out from the strategic map back into the cap, but we get a new sighting whenever the monster is finished destroying the town and moving away from the map. We get a new sighting somewhere, and this time it's gonna be 6, and that's a Europe. So new sighting here. Wow, okay. So gonna remove Megalon card, gonna take a Gigan card just to see what we have there. So he's a level 3, and it says after Gigan finishes his attack on a city, if Megalon is not already on the strategic. So they basically like exchanging, and they're gonna be in play a lot of a lot, unless I attack them and remove them by that. Okay, cleanup phase. My Japan Defense forces are just flipped, so they are ready, and I'm gonna stop the video here. We're gonna see how I'm gonna deal with these kaijus. Right now I have 2 of them, one moving toward the Spain, the other one who knows where, and we'll see how it's gonna work everything next time. So thanks for watching, and see you next time, and goodbye.